Bayern Munich are playing Augsburg tomorrow. Julian Nagelsmann has said that Benjamin Pavard is fit. He has said that Kingsley Coman, Lucas Hernandez, and Bouna Sarr are out. Well, I'm worried about the first two being out. Of course, I'm not sorry about Bouna because he's not the greatest player. Let's be real. But with these changes, with these key players in Kingsley Coman, in Lucas Hernandez, in the French connection being out, who will start for Bayern Munich? How will Bayern Munich aim to play against Augsburg? In this, also another dimension added, it's the final game before the international break starts after this weekend, really. So let's get into it. I think Manuel Neuer will be in goal, of course, as expected. Mazraoui will start. Nagelsmann has said he will start. He had a good game. Nagelsmann described his performance after coming on against Barcelona as terrific, and he was really good in controlling those half spaces and dominating the possession for Bayern, and really important key member of the team, so it'll be good to see him get his chance. Dayot Upamecano, I think, will start next to Matthias de Ligt. This because Hernandez is injured and they are the other two centre-backs, although theoretically, as Pavard is going to be shifted out by Mazraoui not being there, it theoretically could be Pavard in for Upamecano or Pavard in for de Ligt. I think de Ligt will probably play, so it would be Upamecano who gets benched, but I'm guessing Pavard is just going to get a rest because Pavard's been playing most of the game, so he's well worth a rest, and also he had that slight injury, so it's probably best to just rest it in general. Alphonso Davies will be on the left. It could be Stanisic. I don't really see it happening. I think it'll 99% sure be Alphonso Davies. In midfield, unfortunately, I think we're going to see Kim-Retzka midfield partnership, the dynamic duo that won us the sextuple, but hasn't shone for the past 2 seasons, where Bayern have lacked midfield control in games. Bayern have lacked midfield superiority. We've lacked ball progression, ball possession, and ball placement from our midfielders. Because Goretzka, in my opinion, he pushes too far forward, and it leaves us with a lack of balance in the midfield. But I think this is the midfield that's going to play. Goretzka apparently did well against Barcelona. I'm not sure if he was that great, but Nagelsmann seemed to rate the performance. And Sabitzer was subbed off at halftime. Sabitzer's had his share of minutes, so Goretzka will probably play. It's a bit of a shame for Gravenberch, because Gravenberch has, of course, had that man of the match performance in his one start and still not got a look in. He's been great off the bench, and now he's not being called up for the Dutch squad, which shows how, because he hasn't been playing, because he made this decision to come to Bayern, and where he hasn't been played much, now he's reaping the disadvantages of this decision. So I'm sorry for Gravenberch, but it is what it is. I think Goretzka will play. I worry about the lack of control, but I'll talk more about that in the tactics later. And by the way, of course, there will be a tactics video out tomorrow, and also player ratings out tomorrow, a little bit after the match. It will be around 2 to 3 hours after the match is finished. I'll get those videos out, so please come back to the channel and check then. In attack, it'll be Musiala, Muller, and Sane as in a 4-2-3-1 formation. I think Sane and Musiala were so good against Barcelona and have been great all season, really. And with Coman injured, the only other option is really Serge Gnabry. I guess Matthias Tel could be another option, but I think Augsburg, Bayern haven't won in 3 games, so Nagelsmann's going to use the champagne lineup, the Dom Perignon of Bayern Munich's attackers, the cream of the crop, the creme de la creme. And that includes Musiala and Sane. And of course, Thomas Muller will be a part of it, should be a part of it, I think will be a part of it, but you can't always confirm. If there were going to be changes from that, I would imagine Gnabry replacing Muller and Nagelsmann going for a 4-2-2-2 formation, or replacing Musiala and going for that 4-2-2-2 formation. I think that Sane will start probably regardless, but it'll be very interesting to see what happens with that. So yeah, and Sadio Mane is going to start up front. So against Barcelona, he started on the wing, but I think he'll go back to up front position. He was ineffective on the wing. Muller was not that effective up front. and I think that Nagelsmann will revert back to a more stable 4-2-3-1 formation for this match versus Augsburg. It could be a 4-2-2-2 with Muller rested, but as I said, because Nagelsmann's drawn the last 3 Bundesliga games, he's not going to want to bottle it. He's not going to want to lose pace to the likes of Union Berlin, Dortmund in the league. So I think that we'll play our best lineup. Potential subs could be Pavard for one of the defenders, pretty much any one of the defenders. It could be Gravenberch for Goretzka, Sabitzer for Goretzka, or Kimmich, but Nagelsmann said that he's not really open to dropping Kimmich, which I didn't really like, because I think Kimmich needs a rest sometimes, and it also allows the midfield load to be shared equally, because right now there's only one spot for 4 midfielders and the other spot's occupied by Kimmich, and that's not right. It should be 2 spots for the 5 midfielders instead of 1 spot for 4 and 1 spot for Kimmich. Kimmich should be rotated sometimes. What if Kimmich gets injured? We need to have the backup plan. We need to have the team chemistry of the midfield chemistry in that situation. So I'm not a fan. Anyway, in the tactics, I think Mane will be back as a striker. It'll be Sane on the right-hand side, like against Barcelona. But even though he's on the right, he won't he'll be providing a lot of width. He'll really hug the touchline, which gives him freedom to cut inside at some points. I think that Thomas Muller will be a bit veering off to the right-hand side, because Musiala will be from the left to the centre, and this will also provide additional support on the right-hand side. Muller might act as a fullback's role, like doing some of the overlapping work, as Davies is going to be on the left. Therefore, it's Davies and then Musiala and then Muller and then Sane on the right, sort of like attacking 5 with Mane as the up front, the trifecta point. But I think, Muller will be making some of those overlaps when Sane is cutting in, so it could be a good opportunity for Muller to get assist. I think that's quite likely, actually. I think that Mazraoui will be an inverted fullback, which makes it even more important that Muller is making those overlapping runs beyond Sane when Sane is cutting in onto his favoured left. I think that Kimmich will... Davies will be on the left, Musiala and Muller will be acting as 10s, constant interchanging between those two, constant interchanging with Sadio Mane. I hope we return to a more fluid lineup, and I'll ask once again, like I asked in my Barcelona preview, where is the 4-2-3-1, not the 4-2-3-1, the 4-2-2-2, which was so good for us at the start of the season, but hasn't been played since. It warranted... was it 4-2 versus Leipzig, a 6-1 or 5-1 versus Frankfurt? But we haven't seen it really since. Where is it? Like, it was so good. I just want to see it again, you know? My concerns for the game is, will Goretzka balance the side out? Will he provide control and possession, especially against an Augsburg team who like to play it long? Sabitzer seems better suited for that ball-playing role, but I guess Goretzka could add an additional body into the box, which is dangerous versus the low block. But I'm still concerned. I think Sabitzer might be the better player for this type of playstyle. Hopefully, we see Mane up front. I think Mane and Muller were not that good versus Barcelona due to their positioning. But we'll see what happens. I'm concerned about that. I'm concerned if Nagelsmann plays Muller up front again, because that's not a long-term solution. Maybe it works in an off game or two, like against Barcelona. I also really want to win in this match, because Bayern have not won any of the last 4 matches convincingly. They've only won one of them, the Barcelona tie, and the other 3 draws in the Bundesliga. But the Barcelona game, Barcelona dominated us, let's be honest. So we really need to up the level. We really need to have a cohesive attack again, which is why I want the 4-2-2-2, which was so good. So Nagelsmann, please, 4-2-2-2 tomorrow. But I have faith that Bayern will win this game. I think we will win 2-0. My predictions for other days have been higher, but doesn't seem like we're playing that well, to be honest. Doesn't seem the attack is playing that well right now, but I think we'll get 2-0. We'll get past the Augsburg low block, and we should enter to the top of the table once again. Thank you for watching. Please check out the player ratings and match reactions. Remember, they are about 2 to 3 hours after the game finishes tomorrow, unlike my usual straight after the game. So in these videos, I'll always tell you how far after the game I should upload these videos, because it sometimes differs. Thank you. Goodbye.